choice, so go ahead.
Okay. So for paste feeding, we want to bring the bottle in and just lay it across their lips and see how he's already grabbing for it. That's great. So we bring it in and we let him have a few sucks where he gets nothing. And then we tilt the bottle. Oh. And you might have to just, if we want his upper lip to flange, you might have to just give it a little twist just to get him to flange. And then we're just going to hold the bottle or horizontal. And the reason for that is we want him to pace the feed. If he's gulping, he'll be swallowing air. If it's controlled swallows, the air comes up and out through his nose. There. I know. Oh, and we can let him have his hands closed so he can use his hands near the bottle. And we just let him, if he takes a little break, like he is right now, I can tilt the bottle down or I can still leave it horizontal. So like I said, some people worry about, because there's some air in the bottle, in the nipple, that their baby is swallowing air. He's not. If he's doing controlled swallows and not gulping, then he is, the air is being pushed out through his nose. See how he's just kind of thinking about it and going at his own pace. This is better for his digestion. Yeah.
And what kind of bottles of those are that you're using?
So this one is just, it's called a Snappy, but any bottle, once, I don't want to pull it out of his mouth just yet, but any bottle that has a long, narrow, cylindrical nipple is the best kind of bottle. If you're breastfeeding, there's no bottle and no nipple that's going to be like the breast. There's a lot of marketing around that, but it's not, none of it is quite true. But we want to encourage movements that are similar to what the tongue and the jaw and the cheeks do at the breast. So you want a long cylindrical nipple. Are you listening to what I'm saying? I think you're listening to me. You want a long cylindrical nipple that encourages cupping of the tongue, making a trough. And you also want them to draw it in deeply. If you use a short nipple, it encourages a shallow suck, and they have to use their lips to hold on to the nipple. This lets him use his tongue, more of his tongue, and different muscles in his cheek. I don't know. What do you think? And you can also, if you want, you can hold him in nice and close too. You don't have to hold him like that. Okay. Sometimes if babies are having a hard time sucking, or their cheek muscles are just not quite strong enough, or they're lacking a bit of fat in their cheeks, you can give them a little bit of an assist by holding their cheeks forward like this, kind of at the jaw, and that helps them to get a better seal. But he's actually doing really well, so he doesn't need that. Okay. And we don't have to pull the bottle out for him to burp at any certain point. If he's pacing the feed, he should not be swallowing much air. If he's gulping, if he was to start gulping right now, I would probably lower the end of the bottle and just give him a bit of time to catch his breath and catch up, and then I would bring it back up. Okay, just to slow, we want to slow the feed down. Yeah. And you know, I love that his hand's up here around my hand and the other one's tucked in by his chin. Sometimes they'll even hold the bottle. Babies use their hands to find the nipple or find the bottle. We want to let him do that. Oh, and a big breath. A big deep breath. And a lot less frantic now. The thing about narrow bottles too, like a Dr. Brown's or Playtex makes one, is that you can pace the feed. When the bottle's wider, it's harder to pace the feed because all of the milk is down at the bottom edge of the bottle. So you really have no choice but to tilt them backwards. When babies are tilted backwards when they're feeding, they tend to swallow more air because they have no choice but to swallow, suck and swallow, suck, swallow, suck, swallow. They can't control the flow unless they bite or gum it.
Which would be bad if you're breastfeeding as well, because then they would be biting on you.
They're biting on you. So if you're switching, if you're topping up with a bottle, or maybe baby's getting an occasional bottle for whatever reason, or a nightly bottle, sometimes the partners like to give a bottle at night, and you know, or you're taking a little break and you've got somebody helping with the baby, it's good to give them a bottle and get them used to that. But if they're going back and forth, transitioning from bottle to breast, you want to make the experience as similar as you can.